let me move on to the gender that was traditionally known for vanity is moving on to becoming a superpower over the last half a century across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no profession, there's no vertical, there's no commodity, there's no business where the women haven't made great strides, pretty much overtaken at times kingdoms and bastions too. So ladies and gentlemen, no wonder this entire session is all about women and Cashew. Ladies and gentlemen, the CasheWomen, the focus is financial management in Cashew business. Our moderator for this session is Miss Mary Adzanyo, Yves KOMACLO. Let's make some noise as I invite on stage Miss Mary Adzanyo to please take her place on the stage. Giving her very able company as panelists will be Mr. Yves KOMACLO, Investment Manager, West Africa, Oiko Credit. Let's hear it for Mr. Yves KOMACLO. Mr. Yves KOMACLO. Miss Anita Kontuo, the CEO of Ascraft International Company Limited, is yet another illustrious panelist, inviting her on the stage. Let's have Miss Anita Kontuo. Inviting on stage Miss Cynthia Niamoutie, Silagri Cashew. Let's hear it for the lovely Miss Cynthia walking up. Gentlemen, I expect applause from you and not speechlessness at the view of such lovely ladies walking towards the stage. So let's make some noise, and of course our final panelist this evening, Miss Vrinnda Kamath of Bola Raghavendra Kamath. Please let's hear for each one of these illustrious ladies as they make it up here. Ladies and gentlemen, as I await the arrival of a couple of our panelists, let me tell you a little bit about our moderator. Miss Mary Adzanyo is the Deputy Leader of the Program and Director, Private Sector Development at Yves KOMACLO. She has been an integral part of developmental activities and programs of Yves since 2010. Let's make some noise for Miss Mary Adzanyo. Ladies and gentlemen, another illustrious lady on the stage, already seated right now, Miss Vrinnda Kamath, a fourth-generation business entrepreneur, carrying forward the legacy of Bola Raghavendra Kamath and Sons Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause as I hand over the mic to Miss Mary Adzanyo to take over this session.
Thank you, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm missing one of our panelists, Mr. Yves KOMACLO. Mr. KOMACLO from Oiko Credit, please join us upstage. Good, so today we have the CasheWomen session, and we don't have only women. We have Mr. KOMACLO from Oiko Credit, who is joining us today. We will be taking a look at financial management. We are aware that Cashew is a huge volume, small margin business. And listening to the presentations that we've had so far this morning, financial management is very crucial. Taking decision about whether you want to invest right away into new equipment, or whether it's financing for procurement, whether to buy equipment or rather use labor, these are all decisions that we take in our daily lives in our Cashew business. So today we have the panel. You're most welcome, ladies. And we also expect one gentleman to join us. We shall start by sharing how the different businesses here have adopted financial practices. What are the best practices? What has worked for them? And for sure, we want to learn from you, something new to take home, how we can all improve upon our businesses. I would like to ask Mr. KOMACLO, if you are here, please join us. If somebody finds him outside, please tell him his session has started, and we are delighted to have him on stage. So we will look at the critical insights on the principles of financial management. I will start by inviting our first speaker, Miss Anita Kontuo, to tell us about how you have adopted financial principles in your business. Please, she has slides. I will be kind if you will share the slides. But before then, a brief in French. Juste pour dire que le business de Cashew, c'est un peu cher. On parle toujours d'accès au financement. Et aujourd'hui, on veut aussi voir à quel moment on prend les décisions concernant le financement, si c'est pour payer nouveau équipement ou pour faire achat de noix brutes, c'est très important de prendre des décisions au bon moment. C'est quand, où, comment je vais faire ça. Et ces panels, nous avons entre nous trois dames, deux sont les transformateurs, un architecte à Cashew, et nous avons aussi M. KOMACLO. Please join us. Un expert de financement et on va en charger sur ce sujet. J'invite déjà Madame Anita Kontuo pour sa présentation. Merci. Please show her slides. She shared some slides. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Anita of Axtraf International from Ghana. I'm into produce buying and freight forwarding too. Okay, let me start. Financial management principle. Due to the strong connections I have in Ghana with family and trusted relationships with my local buying agents, I'm able to adapt to the buying of raw cashew at farm gate. We are into buying at farm gate through the process of transporting up to shipment. So we are a one-stop center. Your cashew comes to us, nobody touches it. We are the ones who check for your quality control. We are the ones who transport them, and we are the ones who pick the best shipping line and best transit time. We have long-term relationship with traders who are also so helpful that they pre-finance us due to the trust they have with us. They know when you deal with Axtraf, you give Axtraf your cash. Axtraf is also ready to deliver as they promise. We've also defined ourselves as traders. We are not into producing, we are just traders. So no speculation. As we buy, we sell. As we buy, we sell. And also with the effective, raw cashew nuts needs to be shipped as soon as you get it. So we do have infrastructures. Being in the family business for about a decade now, the advantage of being a local person from Ghana with family connection, and we have created a trust with collectors of raw cashew nuts and local buying agencies. As we speak now, we have over 81 buying agents under our control at the various points in Ghana. Strong infrastructure base. We do have warehouses and drying facilities. Due to on the previous section, Vietnam complained that Ghana cashew always comes wet. But when you deal with Axtraf, to speak the truth, we do have big drying facilities and warehouses in Tema. In case cashew comes to Tema and it's not dried, we can dry it for you with quality inspectors. We have a strong quality control support. We do have inspectors from India and across West Africa. These people are contacted by us, whereby they do inspect raw cashew at farm gates up to Tema Port. So as I said earlier, when we tell you we are giving you 50 LBS, know that surely we are giving you 50 LBS. We have a long-term relationship with partners. As I said at first, we do have trading partners who we've worked with over 10 years. They do trust Axtraf International Company Limited. And also being clear on payment terms can help plan currency risks handling. Clear knowledge on when funds are coming, planning with the bank and risk exposure of currency is clearly defined. Since the period of finance is small, keeping a cycle of funds flowing, small bits to help make an effective fund plan. As our moderator said, it's a business of little margins, and we do need funds. So we've adopted a financial principle of speaking to traders who in turn pre-finance us, that we are able to buy more cashew and do huge volumes. We do take small risks too. We do buy and sell, no speculations attached. And time is effectively used, buying and the timely shipping, reducing the cycle time of trade, thereby rigs the limits. We start from farm gate up to shipment. Your cashew passes through us, no limitations. We do have good contacts with shipping lines and technologies, thereby knowing the best shipment to use. That's it. And pre-financing risk. Being a Ghanaian helped to build a strong, trustworthy relationship with local collectors and group of collectors. Infrastructure and team at farm gates level help quick rotation of, thereby advancing, reducing capital risks. Quality support and qualified quality controllers team help to give a better price of local collectors and give the edge of buying. If a local farmer or a collector is making better margin at the end of the season by quick rotation and quick payments from us, they do not try and play with our pre-finance. The local team on site help better judgments, people of fund, to the people funded at farm gates. This is not the slide, that's it. Back to back still. This is our secret to success so far. Never hold stock in hand, as we are not stockists. We are clear on our role as traders, as I said. And trade should always keep selling what he buys, never keep stocks in hand. Little margin than speculative, bigger margin. Once you are in the speculative mode, it's a very difficult to change our habits. So with all these, we've been able to, let me go, summary. The reputation of a company is one of its essential intangible assets that a company can have. As the world we are living in becomes complicated and diversified, it becomes increasingly important for an organization to effectively communicate with its public in marketing its products and services. In turn, increase the importance of effective communication and reputation management. Axtraf International Company Limited is an international shipping institution that provides service avenues to generate more revenue for its investors and shareholders. By this, government is assisted to develop the country and help it grow its country trade through the good first-hand information on shipping and produce buying related activities. Thank you.
Yes. It's okay.
Okay, so thank you very much, Anita. Alors, elle a présenté comment elle fait son commerce comme un acheteur de cajou pour regarder tous les prix, fluctuations de prix pendant la campagne. Alors, elle a développé le modèle. Ce qui, je pense, est très important, c'est la relation avec les acheteurs. Ce qu'elle a expliqué. Maintenant, on va inviter, we would now like to invite our next panelist. And please, you present within 5 minutes, Madame Cynthia Niamoutie, who is the General Manager of Silagri Cashew in Côte d'Ivoire. She has been working in cashew since 7 years. We are delighted to have you, Madam, as you tell us about your management principles in financing your cashew business. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So we are a cashew processing plant based in Abidjan. As all of you know, Ivory Coast is the #1 producer of raw cashew nut in the world. So when we decided to launch in that business, we looked at what the opportunities were. #1 was the proximity of sourcing, being able to source without having any transit time. And secondly, the need for the market to go back to origin. So with these two principles, we decided, well, that was good enough for us to launch. So when we started the business and I joined, I realized it wasn't that simple. It was great to have these two principles, but it wasn't going to stand. We needed way more. And the #1 challenge we faced was financing, because cashew processing is costly. Costly in 3 aspects. #1 is sourcing. You have to buy whatever you need for the year within a short period of time, basically 3 to 4 months, to get the best quality. Challenge #2 was to make sure that you can face all the processing costs. So, cartons, pouches, and all these entrants. And also, the international market wants certification. So being a certified plant is also very costly, because, you have processes in place that have to be put forth for you to gain different certifications. So I had to navigate all of these views and see, okay, what is the best financing options? Obviously, using your own money is something that's not very possible or even smart, because, we are looking upwards of $8-10 million per year. I wish I was that rich, but it's not the case. So we looked at trade finance lines. Trade finance lines, it's the predominant form of financing that all cashew processors use. It's also very challenging, because the lines usually spends over 12 months, and the interest rates for local banks in Ivory Coast are kind of high. Even if you look at investment funds and international investing firms, you are still looking at those same percentage. So it's very, you are very in a dual. I get trade finance from my own country, or I do international. Both ways, the interest rates are high. So we decided to go with the trade finance route, and in order for that to work, you have to have a very good financial planning. So understanding that, yes, you have 12 months to reimburse, you also have to factor in how long processing will take, making sure that you have off-takers on the other hand to be able to buy and sell your cashews fast and get the money faster. So one of the first tools that we decided to implement with the trade finance lines, to avoid the long wait of, processing, sending. Sometimes if you go to destinations where you have a 45-day transit, it's very complicated to get your funds back in time. So we work with banks to have what is called an advance on documents. In French, it's called escompte documentaire. So as soon as the shipment is done, you talk with the bank, give them the documents, and against those, they will make an earlier payment, so that you can face all your processing charge and make sure that you pay reimbursed later on on time. So these are challenges that when you first start, you are probably not really aware of. And as you go, you will see that as you increase processing, increase volume, your lines will increase. And then halfway through it, you might need to change your equipment. So it's very important that at the beginning of your processing journey, that you choose the best equipment that are available. Make sure that you have studied well what your install capacity is, and match that with also what you are able to leverage in terms of money. Because, I know a lot of factories in Ivory Coast that are big, that have very good equipment that was not really scaled well at the beginning, and you can have processing costs that are very high. And with the competition that we have worldwide for our own cashews, it's very important to have scaled these up to make sure that your processing costs stay really competitive compared to other regions of the world where labor and also knowledge of the processing business is way bigger. So for us, I think, studying your market well, understanding who your clients are, making sure that you are setting up yourself for success by making yourself accessible. Having all the food safety certification will be what most clients are interested first, because it's great to buy at origin, but we want cashews that are certified. And cost of certification, yes, it's expensive, but it's something that's very valuable to your business. And it lets also the bank know that you going through the food safety certification process is very lengthy, it's very costly, but it shows that you have a strong engagement for what your business is, and you also understand what the risk could be, and you have managed them well. So those are the few words I wanted to say, and I hope you guys understood everything I said, and if you have a question, do not hesitate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. Elle a partagé un peu la relation aussi avec tous les partenaires, avec les marchés. Elle suivit bien son finance et elle prend des décisions basées sur ce qui est plus important au bon moment. Alors voilà un peu ce que Madame a présenté. Maintenant, je vais inviter Madame Vrinnda Kamath, qui travaille avec Bola Cashews Land. Madame Kamath is from Kukudo, Kakala in India. They've been processing cashews for over 60 years. She is a fourth generation of the family business and currently working on e-commerce. We would like to know how you have grown your business within this big span of time, 60 years, and how you use financial management in your e-commerce. Welcome, Madam.
Good evening, one and all present here. Firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Vatsa sir for giving me this opportunity to speak on financial management in the e-commerce sector. The e-commerce sector is no doubt advancing rapidly and developing in virtually every industry, from food retailing to consumer electronics. It's becoming increasingly common for consumers to purchase goods and services online instead of visiting a bricks and mortar store, especially after COVID. With an increase in veganism and fitness freak population, the cashew business online is seeing an upward trend for snacking purposes owing to its tremendous health benefits. Selling cashews online comes with its own set of difficulties. To begin with, an efficient and trained team to process, pack and ship the orders on time so as to avoid any sort of delays, cancellations and late shipment fees. Moreover, ensuring the quality is of utmost priority and is very vital, as people purchase online by paying additional shipping fees, that too from a particular brand, with a conception in mind that the manufacturer's quality is always the best than the ones they get in the stores nearby. Selling online is also an endeavor of gaining customer confidence and maintaining it by making them reorder from us. Only then comes the positive reviews upon which the ranking of our products are based on. Financial management in the e-commerce sector is a task because there is no concept called as advance payments in any of the e-commerce platforms, be it Amazon, Flipkart, JioMart, unless you have your own e-commerce platform, because there exists a payment cycle of at least 3 to 7 days, which is also 15 to 20 days initially for a new seller. Selling online includes charges like fixed and referral fees, commission charges, reverse shipping fees, etc. These charges will be reduced gradually once with the better sales and milestones being achieved. As in each of the e-commerce platforms, once the targets are achieved with the units sold, return rates, views, fulfillments, there comes a benefit of faster payment cycle. Not just that, initially when the cashews are listed online, advertising our brand and to increase our visibility, creating campaigns is a must, and the budget of the same to be considered while pricing. Initially, the ACOS, that is the advertising cost of sales, will be higher. Over a period of time, once the sales increase, it will be reduced and the ROI will start increasing. Early settlement options are available, but it comes with an interest. Hence, it is beneficial only if the sales volume and the margin is higher. Once the product visibility is improved and we keep getting orders, we start receiving payments on daily basis. Also, there is a benefit with cashew being a food product that it comes under the non-returnable category. That is, once the customer purchases it, they cannot return it due to hygiene issues. But still, the in-transit returns are always there. For better management of e-commerce sales, a day-to-day overview of the transactional statements is a must so as to ensure that there are no discrepancies in the charges charged and all the settlements are claims are granted. Also, the disbursements are provided to us as per the promised dates. Having a separate bank account for the e-commerce is also suggestible because it will give a clear insight on the workability and profitability of the same. Hence, I conclude by saying that financial management in the e-commerce sector comes with its own set of challenges, but we can definitely manage it by keeping an eye on the day-to-day transactions and reimbursements and by raising the cases for the claims as and when needed and following them up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Alors, un peu en français. Alors, pour les e-commerce, Bola Cashew vend les produits sur les Amazon et Flipkart en ligne. Et madame a bien expliqué que pour les marchés e-commerce, c'est très important de faire attention parce que c'est pas paiement en avant. C'est produit fini qui est mis au marché et alors c'est important de regarder chaque jour le paiement qui est fait. Alors c'est vraiment un monitoring, suivi des paiements, suivi des activités sur les marchés online, les marchés virtuels. Alors voilà un peu pour le e-commerce. Merci beaucoup madame Vrinnda Kamath. Mais on va écouter le dernier présentateur, monsieur Yves KOMACLO de Yves Credit. Il va nous expliquer un peu quels sont les facteurs clés pour le management des finances. What are the success factors for financial management in cashew business? So he will speak to us about this topic. He will speak in English with summary in French. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. I feel humbled to be speaking after such a distinguished panel, and I feel also like it's not really my place here. It's CasheWomen, but I'll do my best impersonation, and I think that financiers are the best friends of women, so that's where I'm coming from. So I'm speaking here as a representative from Oiko Credit. We are an international impact investor. Oh, sorry, I need to. International impact investor, and I'm very happy to be one of the only few investors here, so I have very little competition, so I can start bragging about what our capabilities. So we are a €1 billion impact investment organization with about 20% of our investment in agriculture. We invest in Latin America, Africa, and Asia, and we have significant operations, obviously, in the countries that are represented here. We invest in addition to agriculture, we invest in the renewable energy sector as well as the financial services sector. And in financial services, we looked at both banks, microfinance institutions, non-bank financials. And in terms of investments, we invest in debt, equity, and everything in between. So I will move on to the cashew. So in terms of financing, our approach in financing, and I will really focus mostly on our operations in West Africa. We invest in the local cooperatives, mainly those cooperatives that have exports orientation, and we also finance the corporates. So on the corporate side, it's the small and large processors. In terms of the products and services that we offer to those stakeholders, we for the purpose of this discussion, I'm focusing here on credit lines, and credit lines are typically applied for working capital needs of the processors and the cooperatives. And as you can imagine, we have the cashew season starting in West Africa at the moment. So that's also one of the reasons why I was late for the call, for the meeting. There's a lot of pressure on us to disburse ahead of the season. On the term loan side, so that's on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side of your screen, there's the term loans, because obviously during operations, we tend to focus on the working capital needs, but prior to coming into operations, you need to build a factory. So there's this, and most of the players present in the room here are very familiar with the fact that those CapEx investments are substantial, and they are typically in hard currency. So we have, there's not just the project risk, construction risk, completion risk, but there's also the currency risk. And everybody who has been dealing with exchange of dollars in 2022 would know that FX risk is a substantial risk. In terms, I think it would be important especially for the cooperatives, to distinguish the type of needs that they have. So there's on the machinery, it's important as Africa is trying to modernize its value, the Africa cashew value chain is modernizing. There's a need for the players to expand or acquire or renew their fleets, to invest in their own facilities in terms of RCN drying, sorting. That will improve their margin as they on-sell to either processors or international buyers. So I think it's important particularly for the cooperatives that have less financial management acumen to distinguish and to align their needs, the funding needs, with the requests when they come to see us. This is my last slide. So I just wanted to share a bit of our experience, and I would like to engage with some of the organizations that provide support to either corporates, SMEs, or cooperatives in terms of the type of capacity building interventions that they can put in place to help everybody mitigate the risk of operating in the cashew business. I have not mentioned here, like for example, the limited access to finance, the limited capacity to understand the international financial or trade markets. Like for example, the Incoterms. If anyone who is involved in international trade who does not know Incoterms is on a losing path. So there are things like that that are very important in our due diligence. These are things that we assess as part of our due diligence. I've not mentioned here budgeting, forecasting, control, reporting, which are essential for anyone, but even more for organizations that have multiple sites or that have a head office in Singapore plus local affiliates in different parts of the world. I think those are essential, and we can obviously spend days and hours on that. But as investors, these are really critical areas that we assess during our due diligence, and I think, these are areas of support, and I think that as an industry we need to establish standards, reporting standards, and I think over time, my hope is for cashews to start being traded in international exchanges like coffee, cocoa, and therefore we would have more financial instruments to allow us to diversify away the risk, to better establish pricing, etc. Thank you very much.
Bon, je vais faire en français, c'est vrai. Merci.
Ouais, on va rester sur cette page-là. Donc, ce que je disais, c'est que nous soutenons... Donc, Oiko Crédit est un acteur de l'investissement à impact, dont le siège est en Hollande. Je n'avais pas précisé ça en anglais, mais je vais le dire en français. Vous avez des informations additionnelles. Nous avons été créés en 1975 et nous avons des opérations un peu partout dans le monde. La page importante de mon slide, c'est celle-là, qui concerne l'appui aux coopératives et aux entreprises sous forme de lignes de crédit pour le financement de campagne, mais également sous forme de prêts, comme les banques le font, prêts d'investissement. Donc, ce qui est important pour les dirigeants des entreprises, c'est de bien identifier leurs activités, bien identifier leurs besoins en financement avant de se rendre vers les banquiers et les fonds. L'objectif, c'est aussi d'avoir des interventions en appui technique qui leur permettent d'améliorer leur capacité à mieux gérer leur stock, gérer leur liquidité. Et une dimension que je n'ai pas mentionnée en anglais, c'est tout ce qui concerne la capitalisation et la solvabilité, surtout dans la période post-Covid. Il y a de nombreuses entreprises qui ont dû recapitaliser leur société. Donc ça, c'est un élément important. Merci.
Thank you very much. So we'll ask our panelists now to tell us, everybody, same question. One key thing probably you've learned from the panel, from your colleagues here, and what you are taking home.
Yeah, what I learned is I've discovered he's into financing. That's credit. So I would like to meet him and see if he can help with some financial advice. Yes.
Thank you.
One thing that retained my attention was, number one, with her presentation, when they've been in business for more than 60 years and have an e-commerce platform and are selling finished product. That is one of our biggest aspirations as well at Silagri. The second most important takeaway that I have is from Oracle Credit is what I've been thinking for a very long time: financial management and knowing what your business needs and how to market yourself so that banks have trust, especially after the COVID period. So those are the big takeaways. Thank you.
Thank you. Alors, juste pour expliquer, pour les deux premières, Madame Anita et Cynthia, ils ont partagé les leçons appris et ça concerne accès au financement pour Madame Anita, et pour Cynthia, c'est plus le suivi et comment bien regarder ce qui est le plus important pour l'entreprise à chaque moment pour bien voir comment gérer les fonds. Merci. Vrinnda?
Yeah. So, through Sir's talk and to this, I got since I have, I'm more into e-commerce and domestic sale currently. These talks help me to get more insight about the financial management in the import, the RCN sector, how things work in IBC and so on. Yes.
Very good. Elle aussi, elle a appris concernant les marchés des droits de cajou brut, notamment en Côte d'Ivoire, comment ça marche. C'est une leçon nouveau pour elle. Monsieur KOMACLO, listening to the ladies who manage the business private sector, what is new for you?
What is good is that I can see business opportunities. So there are, and that's the positive message that I would like to pass. Unfortunately, they are not here, but there are a lot of funding resources available for the sector. That's not a lesson, but it's also
yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we can see that in each conference we talk about access to finance. Listening to the earlier panels, we've heard about sometimes how difficult it is. Now it is also about managing the funds. It's about cash flow management. It's about decisions on operation and strategic issues. It's about deciding whether this is the right time to spend this money or to invest in that sector or not. And this is what our panel here have shared with you. We hope that you also have learned something new to take home. Please feel free to get in touch with the panel once we are done and we are in the break. Thank you very much. Alors, on parle toujours de accès au financement et comment ça c'est très difficile, les taux d'intérêt. Ce qui est très aussi important, c'est le suivi, comment bien gérer les fonds, les moments pour faire l'investissement et les moments pour arrêter. C'est ça qu'on a appris et j'espère que vous aussi, vous avez appris quelque chose de nouveau pour vous-même, pour vous, entreprise et pour même la maison. Alors, je vais maintenant inviter toutes les dames qui sont ici. C'est le moment? I hand over back to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And you did a fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please make some noise for Miss Adzanyo for very, very able steering of the ship, ma'am? And yes, as she's clearly told each one of you, should you have any questions, any doubts you wish to clarify, feel free to reach out to the speakers later offline during networking. Mr. KOMACLO, spoken like a true banker, sir. I'm sure you'll have a lot of pretty women approaching you offline also. Having said that, it's time for us to present a memento to each one of our speakers this evening. And I'd request Miss Mary Adzanyo to first present a memento to Miss Anita Kontuo. Let's hear it for Miss Anita Kontuo, our first speaker for this panel. Gentlemen, ladies, please let me hear you keep on making some noise for this beautiful group on the stage. A big thank you to Miss Cynthia Niamoutie of Silagri. Thank you so much, ma'am. Inviting you to please step up, move towards the center of the stage. Thank you to Miss Vrinnda Kamath for her lovely presentation. I request all the speakers to kindly stay on the stage for the next couple of minutes. And finally, last but not the least, Mr. Yves KOMACLO. Let's hear it for him. You know, I was looking at Mr. KOMACLO here on the panel and I was thinking about the lines that I said yesterday, that every once in a while you need to pause, stop, just take a short break, smell the roses and tell yourself life's good. Or if every once in a while you're in Dubai, sit in the back of a luxury car, take a spin around this glittering city and tell yourself that life is good. But if you are Yves KOMACLO, every once in a while, you get to sit on a panel with the prettiest ladies from across the globe and you happen to be the only man and you tell yourself life is good. Let's make some noise, everyone. Let's have a group picture of the entire panel together. And I would like to invite on stage Mr. Andres de Groen of Sedaco to present a memento to Miss Mary Adzanyo. Let's hear it for Mr. Andres de Groen. Thank you so much, sir, for doing this, for granting us the privilege of this felicitation to our moderator. Yes, we have a memento for our moderator as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pretty much at the final session of the day, and while I'm so happy to see that the hall is we still have a lot of people here. For the ones who are here, I just urge you to humor us, indulge us. Please don't leave the hall, be here with us. Should you feel the urge for a caffeine kick, quickly step out, get your beverage, feel free to bring it back in the hall, but please be here with us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a quick gap before I invite our next speaker, and we've got a great news going out for women on the house. So everyone, all the ladies, can I request you to kindly step forward and please step onto the stage for a very special felicitation. Since this session was all about women, we'd like to salute the entire women power in the house. Let's have all of you walking up, please. Not only the panelists, all the women, please. Now is the time for all the girls in the house to say that life's good. Let's have all of you lovely ladies up here. So Ms. Wendinga and Team Eventel, we've got Swapna. They would felicitate each one of the women that are here in the house, joining us on the stage in a traditional way. A beautiful bespoke cashew convention stall for each one of the ladies in the house. I can see men are not looking very happy about it, but I urge you, please let me see some smiles in the house. Special request going out to all the ladies that are there on the stage. Ladies, these stalls that you're getting, we would be very happy if you could rate them in innovative ways and post the pictures on your social media platform. Please hashtag WCC Dubai, and I promise you the best and the most innovative draping of a stall will receive a gift from Eventel. Through the entire conference, and look at all of them standing there like press and media. This is a picture everyone wants to take back home. I'll make it better for you. Hold on to your cameras. Everyone, ladies, are we smiling? Let's give them your widest smiles possible, please. Don't leave the stage, yes. So, as Ms. Wendinga is saying, we can create a better shot.